welcome to In the Studio. I am your host, Rudy Muteva, and my co-host, Matt Moscow. It's a webcast production brought to you by the Cambrian College Broadcasting New Media Program. And on today's show, we have a very talented badminton player from Cambrian College, Ms. Kayla Odorizzi. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. Then we also have our coach, Tim Yu. How are you today, sir?
Very good, thank you.
Well, with us today, we're going to be having a little conversation, chatting a little bit, asking them a couple of questions. So just stay tuned and enjoy.
We're going to get to the heart of this situation here. Take a little look at the game of badminton. And I understand badminton is a rather classy sport.
Yeah. You have a lot of respect for the people you're playing, as well as yourself while you're on the court.
Now, is there such thing as like any rules around like maybe like trash talking then? Like, I mean, are you guys allowed to kind of, you know, put it in your opponent's face whenever you get a point or anything like that?
No, it's actually looked down upon in the game of badminton. And you're supposed to, like I said, show respect to your teammate and the people on the other side of the court.
Well, and how do you think that affects the game? Positively or negatively?
I think it's a positive effect on the game. It shows a lot of self-respect for the way you carry yourself, and you just get to represent yourself in a positive manner.
Now, how does that affect like the way that that you train players? Like, how does that affect in terms of practices, things along those lines? Is there like sort of, do you have to really reinforce those rules and practices, or no?
No, generally you don't have to reinforce those rules and practices. Like any other varsity sport, most athletes will understand why they're there and that they are part of a varsity sport. So there is a particular etiquette and a particular standard that they have to meet to be on that team. So to have to reinforce them, every once in a while there is some disciplinary stuff that you have to do. And when you get on the court, you can't help it. Some people are just really competitive and they have that drive, and they do whatever they can to pump themselves up. So every once in a while, it slips out that they mock the other team, or they'll chirp the other team a little bit, but they get put in their place at some point in time, whether it's by me or by the umpires that are there attending the tournament. So they just want to keep it a very etiquette sport, very respectful. If you notice with badminton, we're all friends afterwards, so there's no reason for us to stare down the other team and intimidate them, because in the end we're going to be probably going out for dinner with them afterwards. So there's just no hard feelings, and so there's no need to sit there and trash talk.
So you're talking about the line judge, I guess, is that what you call it?
Line judges, yes.
Line judge, and they would, I guess, recommend, like, because somebody like myself, I get very into sports when I play.
Again,
and what kind of sanctions are there for the sport?
With line judging, sometimes, again, being very, very competitive, you'll question line calls, and so some people have been known to stare down line judges and try and intimidate line judges. And but again, you can only go so far with that. And there are actually yellow cards and red cards when it comes to badminton. So, and I believe they just implemented that just recently to avoid situations like that. So you will get penalized at some point in time.
Yellow card and red cards?
Yellow card and red cards, yeah.
How many yellow cards? Can you get ejected like in the middle of the game?
If it gets really, really bad, I'm pretty sure the umpire will default you from the match, yes.
Have you had any yellow cards?
No, never.
My assistant coach has gotten a yellow card before, yeah.
Now, you were talking about going out and celebrating the other team after the game, and I believe the Cambrian badminton team has had some just cause for celebration recently. Can you give us some of your highlights from the past season?
From the past season, let's see, Kayla Odorizzi and Jody Crothers have been undefeated in the college invitationals, undefeated all through regionals, undefeated all through provincials, and of course silver medalists at nationals for ladies doubles. At the East Regionals, we won the overall women's title, just missed out on the overall team title, and we were in competition at the provincials for a team title as well. So it's been definitely a very exciting year. My guys, unfortunately, this year has been very, very strong. On the guys' side, a lot of the other colleges happen to have very, very strong guys. And so my guys competed, but we did what we could, so pretty happy with them.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, like, this I noticed you guys play so high in a lot of the tournaments you guys went to. And obviously silver medal nationals, you won the provincials. I think you went undefeated in the tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
In regionals and
doubles,
provincials.
Doubles, right?
Yeah.
Like what motivates you to like go and achieve such high standards like this?
There's no pressure on me to kind of go undefeated or anything like that. It's just to play your hardest and to try to elevate your game while you're playing a better team or someone who's going to challenge your skills. And that's what I try to achieve, is to better myself.
Do you have any like superstitions or anything going into the game? Do you think maybe there was something this year, like maybe a lucky horseshoe or something that kind of got your standing so high?
No, I don't believe in that. I don't know, I double knot my shoes, but that's nothing. I just make sure I kind of have a routine, and I like to warm up a lot before. I probably do some cardio and then hit the bird around before I play, and then stretch. So that's really important to get into a routine like that, so you're prepared mentally and physically for the game.
I just wanted to stay with you and then again. How did you get into badminton? Because I did a research on your bio. I actually did.
Oh.
You're from Sault Ste. Marie, right?
Yeah.
And from my knowledge, Sault Ste. Marie is a pretty big hockey town.
Yeah.
And I played a lot of soccer during my younger days and tournaments stuff like that. So how do you get into badminton?
There was actually a junior badminton club in Sault Ste. Marie, where I'm from, and I got into it in about grade 4. But I also played other sports as well, and I played in the club, and we traveled a bit, and it just kind of stuck with me, and I kept going with it. So.
Since grade 4, you
Yeah.
All right, so can we maybe get a basic overview of the rules and the regulations when it comes to the game of badminton? I mean, obviously, you've been well versed in it since your youth. I'm curious myself as to what exactly a roadmap of the game of badminton would look like.
In terms of rules, or
Yes, rules.
There's even like the equipment, because earlier today we're calling the birdie, and we just got told that it's a bird.
Well, it depends.
You stuff it.
Some people are very particular as to what you call it. Technically, it's a shuttlecock, but it's easier for us just to say birdie, a shuttle. Again, everyone shortens the word just to make it easier to say. As in terms of the game of badminton, no different than basically a larger version of ping pong, if you want. No different than volleyball, no different than tennis. You have your boundaries. Particular lines when it comes to singles, particular lines when it comes to doubles. But generally, etiquette follows the entire time, all the way through. Tennis, you'll rally in the back and then eventually look for your opening. Same thing with badminton. You basically just play until you find your opening. With the rally point now that we have just switched to, it's become a little bit more offensive type style game, whereas previously it was more of a patient game. They'll play. These guys are really, really good that they can keep the bird in play, and basically whoever tires out first is going to win. Now with the rally point, it's a lot more aggressive, so it's a lot faster, a lot more attacking to try and win the point as opposed to wait for the other person to get tired. Now those who don't have as much endurance can now just basically attack. It levels the game a little bit. Those people who are a little bit weaker can now take out a more advanced team, because if the advanced team is just not having a good day, they're going to lose points on their mistakes, and if the weaker team's having a great day, then they can take them down. So it changes the game a little bit. But overall rules, not very difficult to understand. If anything, the hardest part is learning how to properly hit the shuttle. So that's probably the most difficult part of the game.